If there was ever a time, if there was ever a time to play this button right now, oh boy, this is right now, no cap, that time right now. Is it right
Congratulations.
now? You've been worked. You all been worked. Oh shit. Oh my goodness gracious me. The Miz is walking in the Dorkmania, the WWE champion. WWE tonight had one job. One job, I tell you. One job. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a elimination chamber. This is your WWE Elimination Chamber 2021 pay-per-view review. It is Steve. I'm back at it again. Thank you all for those that are tuning in. Thank you all for those that are listening, whether it's to playback, what have you. If you are new to the channel, I encourage you dorks, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up and share it throughout your entire social media platforms. Why the fuck would you not? Ooh. Miz is going into Dorkmania as a WWE champion. Let that shit marinate for 1 second, y'all. Let that shit marinate for a second. Yes. Yes, it is. Or is it? That's the question. Or is it? We don't even know. We don't even know what's going to happen come here Fastlane and all that stuff, right? But here's what I do know. Overall, if I can be honest with you guys, with the exception of the main event and what happened, right? Let me just adjust the microphone right there real quick. There we go. With the exception of the main event, I thought this show was pretty good. Yeah, believe it or not, bro, this show, for me at least, right? For my liking, I thought this was a pretty good show. Some of you will say this show hit a nosedive. And I can get that. I can understand that. Where you will say, oh, this show hit a fucking nosedive near the end. Near the end when Miz decided to cash in and all that stuff. And here's the thing about it. Let's be honest here. You know, when Miz on Monday Night Raw talked about, removing himself from the match and cashing in and all that stuff, right? Did you really think that WWE would go all the way with it? I'll be honest with you, I did not think so at all. I did not think for 1 second that WWE was really going to go through with this. But holy shit, it happened. It fucking happened. Miz is the WWE champion for the second time. 10 years later almost. But it's fucking happening. And the internet is losing its fucking mind. And again, listen, one thing about me is I enjoy watching reviews from podcasters that I listen to, what have you, right? Or YouTubers, that is, right? And I know for a fact that a lot of them tonight are going to lose their fucking minds on the air. I know a lot of them on the air are going to just start cussing like sailors and shit. And just going berserk. And to me, that's music to my ears. Believe it or not. No cap. That is music to my ears. Believe it or not. So, I ask you guys your thoughts on the show. Did you enjoy it or not? Let me fucking know. Did you enjoy WWE Elimination Chamber 2021? And all that fun stuff. Because I'll be honest, like I mentioned earlier, I enjoyed the show. Believe it or not. With the exception of the ending, I thought it was a pretty good show. And it's crazy to think, right? It's crazy to think that the company that gave you this pay-per-view, again, with the exception of the end, right? That was a good pay-per-view, is the same company that gives you these crappy Monday Night Raws and somewhat decent episodes of SmackDown on Friday nights throughout the week. You wouldn't think it. You really would not think so. Whatsoever. All right? Giovanni, yes, I thought, thank you again for agreeing here, if you will. So, I love the ending. That's fine. If you love the ending, brother, that's perfectly fine. I thought, again, they could have milked it a little longer, for my opinion, but I did not think they were going to do it. Now, I'll be honest with all of you also. I don't think Miz is going to walk into Dorkmania as a WWE champion. I don't think it's going to happen. If you want my humble opinion on that. But we shall see what was going to happen come WrestleMania and all that stuff. But here's the overall review. Again, guys, I welcome your thoughts in the review and all that stuff here in the comment threads. If not, let me know over on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can follow me on Twitter there as well. Also over at Instagram. I am opening up my Game Fuel. That's right. We got the Game Fuel. We got the Charged Berry Blast, people. Charged Berry Blast. Seriously, Game Fuel. Sponsor me. Holy shit. Fucking Game Fuel. Sponsor me. Sponsor me. Need I say more? Amazing. Fucking amazing. So, here's the fun little fun fact about this, if you will, right? Oh shit, caught the remote, almost dropped it, but I caught it. Fun little fact, I did not watch the kickoff show. I was in the process of uploading my cooking video that I did. Yes, I did a cooking video, by the way. Yeah, I did. A nice cooking video. De lomo saltado over the weekend. Peruvian stir fry. Go check it out whenever you get a chance in the archives of the channel. Episode number 2, numero dos, of Steve's Kitchen here on the YouTube channel. Just had to get rid of the Money in the Bank, and I agree with that too, brother. I agree with that also. But go check that out whenever you get a chance. I'll be doing more cooking videos down the road. I do promise that, by popular demand, if you will. But I did not get to watch the kickoff show. What I found out, again, there's reports coming out early in the day that Keith Lee was removed from the match. There are talks about him being injured. We don't even know. So they decided to replace him by determining the winner via a fatal 4-way that I did not watch. It was Ricochet, who I forgot was even in the company, right, with Mustafa Ali versus, again, it was Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali versus Elias versus, god damn it, John Morrison. Yes, those 4 guys went at it. Somewhere in this match, Mustafa Ali looked like he had the match won, and then John Morrison rolled him up, and that's what happened. He was added into the triple threat to join Bobby Lashley and Matt Riddle, or AKA Riddle, where the fuck you still want to call him. But that was basically the triple threat. So we get to the main card, right? The main show. We kick things off with the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match between the likes, like I mentioned before, between the likes of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan, and King Corbin. And I gotta say, I loved this match. This match was fucking amazing. Everyone here did their part. The match started off, again, the match starts off with Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. Keep that in mind, right? So you had Uso, you had Owens, Corbin, and Zayn in the little pots, right? In the little pods, if you will, in the chamber pods, right? You had Bryan and Cesaro going at it, and then out came King Corbin, and Corbin just hit 2 deep 6 back to back on Cesaro and Bryan. And one thing I'll say about King Corbin, when he hits that deep 6 on small people, it looks fucking amazing. Say what you want about the guy, right? Oh my God, get this guy off my television. He's a channel changer, all the fuck you want. But when he hits that deep 6, it's fucking amazing to look at. And then after this, out came, I think it was Sami Zayn. Oh, by the way, Sami Zayn, throughout this whole thing, right? He had his documentary crew. They were escorted out, right? So he tries to lock himself in his chamber. Cesaro hits him from behind, attacks him and shit. Apparently, the chamber pod was open. There are 2 doors that open the pods, apparently. One more thing I'll say, too, and I didn't mention this earlier. Michael Cole, I don't know what the fuck he was smoking, but he mentioned that the chamber was invented by Triple H. Last time I remembered, many, many moons ago, we're talking back in 2002, Eric Bischoff came out with the concept of the Elimination Chamber. Let's keep it that way, okay? I remember shit. And one thing I'll say, too, no one made a big deal out of a chamber match than Eric Bischoff. 100%. 100% on that. Don't at me. Don't at me on that one, okay? Do not fucking at me. After this, we had, again, just back and forth. Cesaro eliminates King Corbin with the sharpshooter after he hit the fucking swing. So King Corbin was the first guy out. He taps out right away. And hey, listen, going into this, my prediction was Cesaro. I literally thought Cesaro was going to win this match. That's what I thought. So we find out later. There's a moment also where Kevin Owens comes out, and Owens is stopped by Zayn. Zayn offers to team up with him like old times, right? Like old times. And I don't know about you, but I had a reminiscence of, there's a video on YouTube, by the way, that I'm about to mention right now, that someone made when Sami Zayn turned heel back in like 2017, going into 2018. that someone did of Drake and Josh, but with Owens and Zayn. And I just thought back to that for whatever reason. So Owens didn't want to listen to Sami Zayn. He attacks him. But there's a moment in this match, and I don't know, again, this I thought was hilarious, right? Cesaro and Zayn, they're on top, I guess, of the chamber pile, whatever. They're hanging on, like they're climbing the structure, right? And Cesaro just like, I guess he throws these uppercuts to take Zayn down. And you see Cesaro hanging on to the chains. And you're thinking to yourself, he's going to probably do some diving move. But he does pull-ups. Fucking pull-up as if he was in prison. Again, just the visual of that I thought was fucking entertaining as hell. After this, again, I'm mentioning here as well, Jey Uso came out at the end. By the way, Jey Uso came off at the end. Of course he did. Jey Uso came out at the end, made a lot. Again, you kind of knew that was going to happen, all right? Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Not one fucking bit. And he had a good showing here. He really had a good showing. Zayn missed a haluva kick and hit the pod, holding Owens. Zayn ended up on top of Uso's pod. Like I already mentioned that already, right? Where was I here? Owens eliminates Zayn with the stunner. And as he left the chamber, Uso used the door to crush Owens. There's a moment, where Zayn's eliminated and Jey Uso grabs Owens. He places his arm right by the door and he just goes to close the door. So the door is hitting Owens' shoulder. And he's just pulling on it, just making the door shut, put a lot of pressure on it. And then he super kicks him, does the splash, and just like that, Jey Uso eliminates Kevin Owens. Yeah, he eliminates Kevin Owens in this. And I was like, wow, did not see that coming. I did not see it coming at all. And then he eliminates, if I remember correctly here, okay, Cesaro swung Bryan around by his bad leg until Uso hit him with the super kick. He nailed Cesaro with the big splash for the pin to score another elimination. So we're down to Bryan and we're down to Jey Uso. And for whatever reason, Jey Uso decides to go up top of the pod, right, to do a splash, and Bryan hits him. He counters it with the knees and then goes for the running knee for the 1, 2, 3. And Daniel Bryan, beat up and all, wins the chamber match. This would be his third chamber victory. If you remember, 2012, he won the chamber match where he defended his world heavyweight title. 2019, he defeated Kofi Kingston to retain his WWE championship. That was the launching pad, if you will, of Kofi Mania. And now, here we are 2 years later, and he beats Jey Uso to earn a shot against Roman Reigns. And speaking of which, here's what I thought was also cool and amazing too. Bryan's ability to sell was on point tonight. On fucking point. A+. So Roman is coming out. They're playing Roman's music. They're bringing up the structure. And Bryan's just lying there in the middle of the ring. He can't even move. He's been through so much in this match that he is struggling to get on his feet. And Roman gets in the ring like it's nothing, like you know what's about to happen, right? And the bell rings. Roman goes for the spear and gets countered into the yes lock right away. Right into the yes lock. And this whole idea that, oh my God, Bryan might pull this shit off. Daniel Bryan is going to actually do the impossible here. Daniel Bryan is going to shock everyone here, right? And no. Roman Reigns, my Universal Champion, you're a Universal Champion, my Tribal Chief, you're a Tribal Chief, right? The head of the table breaks it out, right? And then he proceeds to start throwing hammer fist, punching the shit out of Bryan. And all I can think of, oh my God, his head is bouncing off the canvas, right? Just bouncing off the canvas, which was, for my liking, right? And just like that, he locks in the guillotine choke, and Bryan just passes out. He doesn't even tap out. What I liked also, Bryan had this thing coming out of his mouth. And again, just the selling of it was fucking amazing. So Roman retains. And it's crazy to think that, yes, you know, for all the years later, right? Remember back in 2015, Fastlane, Bryan and Roman, and now here we are years later, and Roman still wins, right? So after this, Roman is celebrating, right? And out of nowhere, he gets hit with a spear by Edge. Edge looks at Roman. He points to the WrestleMania sign. The pyro goes off. Edge, it looks like he wants to grab onto the world title, but he like whispers into Roman's ear. We don't know what the fuck he said, but he whispers something in his ear. But the pyro went off like around the WrestleMania sign, hinting that yes, he's going to go after Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, to which later on, they made it official. They made it official. Roman Reigns will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. The Bizarre Effect, I couldn't agree more, brother. 10 out of 10 for sure. Hell yeah, Bizarre. Hell yeah. Makes it official. Roman Reigns will defend that Universal Championship against Edge at WrestleMania. The main event. And listen, you already knew going in that was going to happen. I don't want to hear no one say, oh man, what a fucking bull. Listen, there'll be these YouTubers, there'll be these podcasters that will tell you that was a bad decision. Makes no sense. Edge should not be challenging Roman Reigns and all that stuff. I say, why not? Let's be real. Ask yourself this question. Okay? Before what happened at the end, right? For 1 second, okay, the ending didn't happen, right? With Miz and all that stuff, right? Did you really want to see Edge versus Drew McIntyre? Ask yourself that question. Put your hand on your heart. For once, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, as a human being, ask yourself that question. Did you really want to see Edge versus Drew McIntyre? Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me that you wanted to see Drew McIntyre, who is like the forgotten champion in this whole situation, right? Defending the championship against Edge. No, fuck that. And don't get me started on Finn Balor versus Edge. And a lot of you dorks on Wednesday nights were hoping and praying for that. It ain't happening. The match that makes sense from a booking perspective is Roman Reigns versus Edge. And you know what? A match where Roman Reigns does not lose. Yeah, Roman Reigns does not lose at the end. You need to shut up. The Miz sucks. Hey, brother, this sucked. Exactly, brother. That's the point, though. I hope you realize my sarcasm here, brother. I hope you realize my fucking sarcasm. That's the problem. Dorks like you got so triggered by it, though. That's the problem. That's the problem here, people. A lot of these dorks are so fucking triggered today. A lot of these fucking dorks are so butthurt that The Miz beat the forgotten champion in Drew McIntyre. I hope you realize here my sarcasm and all this shit. You fucking dorks. Where was I here? Where the fuck was I? Where the fuck was I here? Okay? It makes sense as all hell. You want to see Roman Reigns versus Edge, where Roman gets the win. Let's be real about it. Edge is already an established guy. Whether you like it or not, he's already an established guy at the end of the fucking day. The person that needs to beat Roman Reigns needs to be someone that they're going to make a big deal out of, that's going to be established down the road. That needs to be the person that's going to beat Edge. My bad, Roman Reigns. Now, could you do, I guess, Roman and Bryan as a mini program leading into Fastlane? Maybe so. Listen, my prediction was Cesaro, and that didn't even happen. But Cesaro had a good showing. And there you go. This had nothing to do with SmackDown. I want Edge and Roman at WrestleMania. Me and you, brother, listen. Red Creeper 657, you and I, brother, we're on the same boat here, brother. We're on the same page. You and I want to see Edge versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's awesome. You and I, we're on the same page. Miz sucks ass. Yeah, he does. But I don't think he's going to go into WrestleMania as a WWE champion. I'll explain that when we get towards the end. But I'm happy to know that you and I are on the same page here. Okay? Happy to know that. Happy to know that. So there's that. Edge makes his choice. He's challenging Roman at WrestleMania. And again, I thought the first hour of this show was amazing. No cap. I thought the first hour of this pay-per-view was fucking amazing. My hope was, okay, could they carry that momentum throughout the night? And not for nothing, this was a very short pay-per-view. It felt like a breeze. I don't know about you guys, but for me, this shit felt like a fucking breeze. But again, I thought the MVP here was Daniel Bryan for the way he sold everything in this match. And honestly, I would be open if they do a triple threat. If they really wanted to, Roman and Bryan with Cesaro in there, leading up to Fastlane, which is in a few weeks on a Peacock, and also the WWE Network, by the way, so I found out. So I hope that they can do that, if you will. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what they decide to do here, if you will. Also, we got backstage Bad Bunny. I guess he got confronted by The Miz or something like that. Again, Bad Bunny is a 24/7 champion. And this leads to Bad Bunny like just punking The Miz. Miz is holding on to the briefcase, and he's just punking him. Hey, I don't know why you're here. You're not a champion. And he goes on to slap the Miz. As Miz turns around, we see Damian Priest. Now, I'll say this. Listen, Bad Bunny slapped the Miz the same way a Spanish mother would slap their child when they want to get when they're trying to keep their child in check. Trust me, I know. I live with an Hispanic mother. All right, I am Hispanic. When I was a kid, my mother would give me beatings whenever I would disobey my mother or act up, if you will. So I know that type of slap. Ooh, that shit burned. That shit fucking burned. But there's that. There is that. What's up, Steve? What is up, Chief? What is up, Metal Skull? I hope all you guys are having a wonderful time. Hope you all enjoyed the show. That was the problem. We was too short. Hey, it is what it is, brother. It is what it is. So there was that. From there, we get the second match of the night. We get the U.S. title triple threat. I mentioned earlier in the kickoff show, which I didn't even watch. I did not even watch the kickoff show, but John Morrison defeated Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, and the same Ricochet. Why are you bald? Why are you so ugly? I digress on that. And Elias, that same John Morrison. Riddle came out all red, white, and blue. Lashley came out and so did Morrison. This match was okay for what it was worth. Okay? Let's just get this out of the way. You knew going in if Bobby Lashley was going to lose, which he did, he was not going to be the one to take the fall. Instead, it was John Morrison here. But it's crazy because they're going back and forth, right? And there's a moment where Lashley is on the ground and MVP, who's on a crutch, is taunting John Morrison. Morrison gets out of the ring, takes MVP's crutch. Remember, it's a triple threat match. No disqualification. Anything goes here. And I'm like, where is Cedric in this shit? Where is Shelton Benjamin in this shit, right? Of the Hurt Business. Just in case. And he proceeds. It looked like he's going to hit. It looks like he's going to hit Bobby Lashley with the crutch. And Lashley grabs and just proceeds to hit the Hurt Lock on Morrison. Then Riddle grabs the crutch and he hits Lashley with it multiple times. And then proceed to hit the Bo Derek. If I'm calling it right, I hope I am. The Bro Derek, right? Onto Morrison. For the 1, 2, 3, while Lashley is selling outside the ring the attack from the crutch. Or, yeah, from the crutch, basically. So, basically, right? Matt Riddle is now the new U.S. champion. And I loved how Riddle won the title, then hauled ass. Nothing says new champion in WWE by winning a championship and then hauling ass. Like Riddle did. It's like he stole something almost, if you will. A senior sticky. Bad Bunny is going to win the WWE Championship. Mark my word. Maybe he will. Who the fuck knows? Maybe he'll have the David Arquette moment. Who in the fuck knows? Seriously. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Maybe, again, Bad Bunny will have the David Arquette moment. If you will. Just making sure the audio is good, and we are good. We are good with the audio, guys. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate all of you that are tuning in tonight and all that fun stuff. So there's that. I mean, listen, Lashley here was protected, obviously. He was not going to take the fall. And considering what's going to happen later on in the night, I kind of get the feeling that we're going to go with the WWE title. Or something with Drew McIntyre leading up to WrestleMania. So there's that too. Considering that Lashley's been strong on television these past couple of weeks too. So from there, we get Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. And again, you would think, right, that with Edge making his decision already, I would have waited a little longer, but hey, you kind of knew where he was going to go with his choice. You would think that Bianca would follow up and make her choice too. Didn't happen. I'll say this too. For a makeshift tag team that's Bianca and Sasha, they sure knew how to color coordinate tonight with the ring attire. I thought this match, honestly, was okay until the end. Like, listen, by the way, also, Reginald got involved backstage early in the night, tried to talk to Sasha and Bianca about drinking champagne or something like that, or, champagne, if you will, as a celebration. And here's the thing, okay? This match was okay, but my one complaint here, okay, is Sasha Banks. I mentioned this on Twitter. There was a tweet that was posted earlier by Dick Van Klondike, and it's Sasha Banks' frock. So somewhere in this match, Bianca hits the Glam Slam, right? Or the modified Glam Slam, if you will. I think this was on, it was on Shayna Baszler. And then Sasha goes up to the top rope, hits the frog splash. And we all know, listen, Sasha Banks is the biggest Eddie Guerrero fan. You would think that she would, again, honor everything about Eddie Guerrero. And I believe that she does. But the frog splash that she hit Shayna Baszler with, if Eddie was Eddie right now will be rolling in his grave by watching the frog splash that Sasha hit Shayna with. I'm going to show it here. It's a GIF. Look at that frog splash. Tell me that is not the worst frog splash you have ever seen someone do. The tadpole splash was better than this by Hornswoggle. Listen, if you're going to pay homage to Eddie Guerrero, do it right. That's all I'm saying. Do it fucking right. So, I also, one thing too, there's a moment, where Shayna kicked out of the fucking frog splash, right? Or whatever the fuck that shit was. But Nia didn't even come out. And one thing that I appreciate in tag team wrestling, just a small detail. When someone's going for the cover, the other member of the other team tries to break the pinfall. We didn't see that here by Nia or Shayna. So I like, again, just the back and forth tags here, right? between Sasha and Bianca. And it looked like they had this match in the bag. Then out came Reginald. Fucking Reginald. Maybe Vince himself will win it. Who knows? Maybe he will. Senior Stinky. Maybe he will. So Reginald comes out with the bottle and a glass. The referees turn around. He throws a bottle at Sasha. Hey, Sasha, use it as a weapon. I don't think he realized that the match before this was a no disqualification match. But it is what it is. So Sasha's like, I'm not going to win this way. To get hit with the Samoan drop by Nia Jax to retain the tag team titles. To me, the ending was flat, if you will. I was hoping, Sasha and Bianca would win to begin the whole process of their match at WrestleMania. They can still go this route. We'll see what happens this coming Friday on SmackDown. Or hell, maybe, oh my God, here. Bianca shows up on Monday. And remember, we were supposed to get a Raw Women's title match, which did not even happen. We all know why. Thank God. Thank God it happened. But it is what it is. I'm going to digress on that too. So, Reginald, future women's champ. Maybe so. Maybe so. Can you imagine that? Reginald, the future women's champion. Wouldn't be surprised. So, where was I here? From there, we get the men's chamber match. Again, this show ended real quick. Like I mentioned. So, here's what we do. Here's what we knew, right? Entering the pods were Drew McIntyre, AJ, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston. So, basically, you had Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy kicking off the match. It's like fucking 2019 all over again. All right? Someone tell Orton to go for the gauges of Jeff Hardy. Right? Jeff Hardy had the face paint on as if it was Rumble 09. And they kicked off the match. Just back and forth, nothing crazy. Then after this, right? Kofi Kingston. No, it was Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre hits the chamber, right? Like a madman. And he was the first man released from his pod. And he took out Orton. He set sights on Hardy. He drove the charismatic Enigma into the side of Kingston's pod. Orton and McIntyre fought as Kingston was released after his pod. After the brief fight, he rolled up Orton. That's right, Kofi Kingston rolls up Randy Orton and eliminates him. Randy Orton was the first person eliminated. If I would have told you during my predictions, or any other podcast or any other YouTuber would have told you, hey, this coming Sunday, Randy Orton will be the first one eliminated, would you believe that said podcaster, said YouTuber? I ask you that question. Would you believe said podcaster, said YouTuber? Oh, wait. I don't think so. But yeah, Orton got eliminated. And it's just one of those things where it's like, wow, you didn't think about it, but it happened. And Orton hit Kingston and Hardy with RKOs. And on his way out, AJ Styles had almost ripped the back of his pod off so he could enter the match early in an attempt to get some easy eliminations, which led to Adam Pearce telling Omos to leave. You got to get out, to which Omos just shouted out. Omos just scared the fuck out of Adam Pearce. And rightfully so. And he leaves. Fucking leaves. So, we're down to McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, and AJ Styles, right? And Sheamus is in his pod, just waiting to come out, basically, right? And yeah, basically, then after this, right? Drew begins building momentum as he took out everyone in sight. He was the only man standing when Sheamus entered the match. They had a brief stare down. They started throwing punches. And I don't know about you, but it felt like it was a shoot between those two. Like you could tell that Drew had closed fists when he was punching Sheamus. And again, they're two guys that are very good friends that can trust each other and have no issue if they had to go and shoot. I thought that was pretty good. And one thing that I liked also about this match, and I don't know about you guys, I don't know if how many of you guys caught this or not, but that AK camera, it had to be a drone shot. Whenever they're on top of the pod, right, there's a camera from the outside looking in, and it had that 8K effect. I thought that was pretty awesome. Say what you want about the new chamber, but these new camera angles are fucking amazing. I'm going to say that right now, okay? I'm going to say that right now. And Kofi then took both of them out with a dive. Again, I talked about the pod, right? Kofi ended up on top of a pod while everyone performed a Tower of Doom in the corner. Kingston took out everyone with a dive from the pod, but was unable to pin everyone. Sheamus drilled him with a bro kick and took him out of the match. So Kofi Mania was over with. This whole idea that Kofi Kingston was going to go in there and repeat 2019 all over again was not going to happen. Let's be honest. Everyone knew that wasn't going to happen. Everyone knew that was not going to fucking happen. But again, people had this idea. I don't know why. Right? So it is what it is. Hardy climbed the top of the pod and took out Sheamus and McIntyre with a whisper of the wind. He nailed Styles with a swanton before McIntyre nailed him with the Claymore to eliminate Hardy from the match. So we're down to Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and AJ Styles. Sheamus hit McIntyre with a bro kick, but before he could make a cover, Styles hit him with a phenomenal forearm to get the pin. Yes, AJ Styles eliminates Sheamus. Now, two ways I look at this right now, right? I was expecting it coming down to Sheamus and Drew with the story, but that would have been predictable. So a part of me is happy that AJ eliminated Drew. So then you were down to Drew and you were down to AJ. And it looked like AJ was going to go for the phenomenal forearm. And then in midair, as AJ is going for this move, right? He gets countered by a Claymore in midair for the 1, 2, 3. And Drew McIntyre remains WWE champion. And again, you know, it happened. They're bringing the structure up. And Bobby Lashley comes out and attacks Drew McIntyre. For whatever reason, he did. They were saying that, Lashley is taking out his frustration from losing the U.S. title. But early in the night, MVP was chatting up with The Miz. So there's that too. But that's what they were saying, that Lashley's taking out his frustrations. He hit him with the hurt lock and all that stuff, laid him out. I think also with the frontliner at the end. So then out comes The Miz to cash in his money in the bank. And this is the part where the whole IWC lost their shit. This is the part where the entire community is going insane about. This is the part where your favorite podcaster, your favorite YouTuber who are doing a review on this show are losing their fucking minds right now. And later on, when I go listen to these said reviews, will be music to my ears as I'm playing FIFA 21 later tonight, as I'm sipping on this Game Fuel. Hey, Game Fuel, again, sponsor me. Hey, Game Fuel, I'm going to say this again. Sponsor me. This amazing Charged Berry Blast is so amazing right now. My favorite flavor. I shit you not. But seriously, Game Fuel, sponsor me. Come on. If you know, you know. So The Miz comes out. They ring the bell. And one thing I don't like, when you're going to cash in the briefcase, you have to wait for the champion to get up. No, just ring the bell. Ring the fucking bell. He goes for a DDT, and Drew kicks out. Drew didn't get no offense in. Again, he was hurt. He was tired. He defended the title in the chamber. What else do you expect? And then he go for the skull-crushing finale. 1, 2, 3. And The Miz is once again now a two-time WWE champion. Yeah, it happened. Two-time WWE champion. First time in 10 years. It finally happened. Now, say what you want. I know a lot of you, again, are not big on The Miz. I know a lot of you, if memory serves me correct here, as Red Creeper 65657, he think The Miz is ass, and that's fine, bro. If you think The Miz is terrible, then that's fine by you. But say what you want about the guy, but you can't tell me the guy isn't dedicated. You can't tell me this guy doesn't give a shit, because he does. This guy does, bro. The guy been there for so long, and whatever you throw at him, he tries to make it work. Puts the effort in. So I'll give him that. And not for nothing, too, Miz as a heel champion over the years has never failed, in my opinion, right? But that's just my opinion, of course. Now, do I think he's going to walk into Dorkmania as a WWE champion? No. I think it would be dumb if they did that. I believe he is going to fall into the whole transitional champion phase. Likely at Fastlane, he loses the title to back to Drew McIntyre. But for the love of God, do not give us Drew versus Miz at WrestleMania. Miz should not walk into WrestleMania champion, or should not even go into WrestleMania as the challenger for the WWE title. No. If that's the case, listen, if you want to do a triple threat, which I doubt they are, because again, they do have planned for Damian Priest already with Bad Bunny against Miz and Morrison, I believe we're going to get, and this is just me, of course, Drew and Sheamus. Some way, somehow, the belt is going to get back on to Drew McIntyre. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen at WrestleMania. I don't think, again, Miz is walking in as champion. I think it'll be crazy. But it happened. Say what you want, yo. It happened. I know a lot of you were going to say, oh, but, this is terrible. All the hell you want. Legendary Howard, I can't believe The Miz won. Yeah, he did win. He did win, Legendary Howard. He did win. The Miz became champion, so the Bad Bunny match wouldn't be predictable. Well, it's going to happen regardless. Because think about it. Bad Bunny is going to be used for a while now. So there's that. I mean, but you're going to tell me that Bad Bunny is going to be the David Arquette of 2021 and win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania? I mean, listen, I love Bad Bunny. Okay, I'm a Bad Bunny fan. Okay, let's point the obvious here, okay? Let's make this shit fucking obvious. But you're not going to sit there and tell me that Bad Bunny is going to walk into WrestleMania and win the WWE title because, oh my God, he gets all these views and shit. No. That would be stupid as shit. That would be stupid. So there's that too. Oh my God, yo. Fucking Chamber. Fucking Chamber. What the hell, yo? What the hell? Again, let me just go on Twitter. I want to see what people are saying on Twitter right now. I'm curious on this one. I am curious to see what they are saying on the Twitter machine right now. I'm just curious on this, for real. I need to know, yo, what our people are saying on Twitter. Should I read tweets? This is what they write here. All right, you're gonna sit here and convince me Miz and Bad Bunny is going to headline 37. Are you? Hashtag WWE Chamber. Let's see here. Let me go to the latest. All right. By the way, yeah, I am reading tweets. By the way, I am gonna read tweets. So people are posting on Twitter, right? Write them out here. I'm not gonna say their Twitter handle because again, I'm not that kind of person. But I'll retweet. After not having a women's chamber match, hashtag chamber, hashtag WWE, and they're quote tweeting Bleacher Report's tweet of the angry Miz girl from 10 years ago. Yeah. I've been waiting for, this is what someone wrote. I guess this person is a Miz fan. I don't know. This is what they're saying on Twitter, and quote, I've been waiting for Miz to win his 2-time WWE championship, and it actually paid off thanks to the help of Bobby Lashley. Hope he keeps his reign for the longest. I don't know for the haters. I don't know for the haters of Mike of the Miz, but he is awesome. Hashtag WWE Chamber. This is hilarious, by the way. I guess this is obviously a fucking Miz fan. But if you go on their Twitter handle, they'll have 4 followers and a Sonic emoji, but it is what it is. If Money in the Bank was around in the 80s, Jake and Mr. Perfect will be world champions. Miz is a modern version. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Are we going to see a cash in? Hashtag WWE Chamber. Fucking finally, let's go. Hashtag WWE Chamber. They're quote tweeting Miz with the WWE title. Goat shit. Hashtag the Miz. Get used to it. Yeah, it happened. This was the rating too. Hashtag WWE Chamber was great, man. I loved everything with the Miz as WWE Champion. A lot can happen going forward. So many unpredictable stories were set up. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Mike the Miz has won the WWE Champion. Couldn't be more happy. You deserve it, Miz. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Thanks. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Got what I wanted. The belt on the human bump machine, the Miz. The human bump machine. I like that. 2031 Miz, 3-time WWE champion by Schaefer. Imagine that. Imagine that though. There's another tweet here, by the way. This is why I love WWE from a young age. An 8-year-old Captain Chaos with stars in his eyes, a big dream, going through all the emotions in a 3-minute period. Claymore win, fight Bobby the Miz. You will always be Team Claymore. I guess this person, again, it's a kid, big fan of Drew McIntyre. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Bobby Lashley just destroying Drew McIntyre. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Happy to hear Mike the Miz won the gold tonight. Hashtag WWE Chamber. He deserves it. So, whether these people are trolls or not, there's people that actually believe that Miz is worthy of holding on to this championship. And again, who are we to ruin their parade? Seriously, who the fuck are we to sit there and say, oh, fuck these people, man. They don't know what the fuck they're saying and shit. Whether these people are trolls or just saying. Just saying, okay? I don't fucking know. Listen, man. Should I read more tweets? Let me read more tweets, okay? I could easily turn and watch hashtag WWE Chamber right now, but yeah. Not so sure anymore. Gonna check out a movie instead. Hashtag watch hashtag Bloodsport with the sad emoji tier, whatever, right? Hashtag WWE Chamber, cry more. There's a photo here, I guess. Miz hater tears and shit. If you see it, oh god damn it. But yeah. This is another tweet here. Looking at our timeline, there's a lot of people talking hashtag WWE Chamber on the podcast tomorrow. Okay, whatever. If only she was on the Thunderdome tonight, would have made the moment perfect. Hashtag WWE Chamber. They're talking about the angry Miz girl from 10 years ago. I'm done with WWE. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Cash in Mike the Miz. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Did we need instant reply of King of Bros kicking off his sandals? Hashtag WWE Chamber. The Miz versus Bad Bunny for WWE in 24/7 unification match at Mania. Book it. Hashtag WWE Chamber. You know what the sad part about it is? They might even do that. Everyone, why not letting the Money in the Bank holder cash in successfully? The same people, why did they make Miz the WWE champion? Come on, calm down a bit. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Wow. people are, again, say what you want. I mean, there's people that are out there that are happy that Miz won. That's crazy, right? This is crazy. If you guys have questions for me, drop in your questions now. And I'll gladly answer a couple questions if you want. Just let people know in the chat. But yeah, guys, this whole week I've been busy with videos. Yeah, I actually did a Raw review this week. I did an Impact Wrestling review as well. Yeah, I actually reviewed Impact Wrestling on this past Wednesday. Me and Mike went live for a double review of AEW Dynamite and NXT. And then I did a review with Mike as well live. We talked about SmackDown, but then we did a prediction for WWE Chamber. And then tonight, I did 2 videos today. I'm doing this stream, but early in the day, I uploaded my cooking video. Yes, I did another cooking video, by the way. Episode number 2 of Steve's Kitchen is now available. It's out there right now. The video dropped a couple hours ago. Go give it a watch. I actually cooked. Yes, I cooked, by the way. All right. I did a Peruvian stir fry, which we happen to call lomo saltado. So there's that too. And I don't know when I'll be doing another one. I have no clue. Hopefully real soon, though. I hope real soon. Okay? I hope real soon. So there's that. Let's see what's popping right now in quick little tidbit news, okay? Let's see what's happening right now in quick little tidbit news, if you will. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's popping right now on the internet. I can, I guess, read some headlines, if you will. I mean, obviously, the big one we already know. Miz won the Chamber. Miz won the title, at Chamber, if you will. Let's see here. What else is popping up right now? What I might do later tonight is, I don't know, but I don't know if I am or not, but there's a possibility that I will. Likely, but who knows really. I'm actually gonna probably watch the Sasha Banks podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin on Talking Skull Sessions, whatever. I might review that. Who the fuck knows? I just might review it. So there's that too. Let's see here. Latest details on, let's see here. Latest details on WWE trying to bring fans back for WrestleMania 37. This is what's, popping up right now. According to the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE is still eyeing to have at least 30,000 fans for next month's WrestleMania 37 pay-per-view. Reports are that the company has been putting off releasing any information on tickets, as they are still figuring out how to safely host that large amount of fans, which will be their first mass gathering since the COVID-19 outbreak roughly 1 year ago. The event is set to take place, obviously, if we already know, at Raymond J. Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida, which holds the official capacity over 65,000. The venue was the recent host of the Super Bowl and managed to have around 24,000 fans in attendance safely. You see, here's the thing about it, okay? If the NFL managed to have all those fans in the building safely, I don't see why WWE can't. Now, I said this a couple of days ago on Twitter. As you guys know, WrestleCon and GCW are running events during WrestleMania weekend in the area. And I said, they should really pump the brakes on this. I'll be honest about it. Again, I've been to WrestleCon in the past. I haven't gone to a GCW show. I never have. I would like to one day. Stone that in my mind. But yeah, there's that too. But I personally feel that, and again, listen, I get it. It's Florida. Okay, keep that in mind. But I personally feel that WrestleCon and GCW should not be holding events during WrestleMania weekend this year. That's my personal opinion. And again, GCW are holding like 4 different events each day of WrestleMania weekend. Keep that in mind too. Keep that in mind. Can you imagine you wanted to go to WrestleMania, right? You buy your ticket when the tickets come out on sale and all that stuff, right? And you go there and you get sick, right? Can you imagine all because you went to the fucking Acid Cup and then you get sick because of that? Because you got to believe WWE are going to enforce all these safety protocols, even if they're in Florida. Even though in Florida, no one gives a fuck. Let's be honest here. If you got friends and relatives in Florida, and if you go through people's timeline or their Instagram stories of people that live in Florida, it's like they're living a good old happy life. It's like nothing can go wrong. Almost, right? But I do feel that, again, they shouldn't be running shows. And I know that's kind of fucked up for me to say. How can you say that, this and whatnot? Because let's be real about it. As much as they are going to try to enforce all this shit, do you really think people are going to follow up with that? Hell no. It's fucking Florida. It's fucking Florida. Now, can you imagine if WWE pull this move where, okay, those that buy tickets have to quarantine at least 2 days or so in the room or have you. See, the UFC, whenever they go to Fight Island, once they're in Abu Dhabi, they do that. They make the fighters, once they arrive in Abu Dhabi, once they arrive to Fight Island or that, in the island, right, in Yas Island in Abu Dhabi, they make the fighters quarantine for 2 days in the room before they can leave the room and walk around, the bubble that they call it, right? Can you imagine if WWE did that type of move? Can you imagine that? I mean, I listen, I don't think WWE is going to be selling trial packages. They're not doing that this year. I remember back in the day with the trial package, listen, they covered your hotel, they covered your tickets for access, the Hall of Fame ceremony, takeover, and Raw after Mania. Right? They're not doing that this year. I could be wrong. Who the hell knows, right? Maybe they'll have one access session, which I think will be probably a virtual one. I don't think they're going to be holding a Hall of Fame ceremony like they usually would. Even though I already talked about that already, if they do end up holding a Hall of Fame ceremony, when the world goes back to normal and shit, they need to really enforce a dress code. Okay? But that's a topic for another day. But I don't think WWE are holding all these events. Keep that in mind. They're just doing Mania as of this moment. Again, tickets are not even on sale yet. There's a possibility. Keep this in mind also. There's a big possibility that WWE could end up not having fans in the building. There are talks about it, but there's a possibility where it might not even happen. And all the discussion, all this talk, and yet nothing happens. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. There's talk about this strain, right, of COVID-19 that came from Brazil, it's coming from Africa. I think somewhere in Europe also, or the UK. And the people that have it here in America, and the shit gets serious. Now, granted, too, depending where you live at, right, the positivity rate is dropping, especially here in Jersey. The hospitalization is also going down too, but it doesn't change the fact that we're still in a pandemic. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But again, if this is my opinion at the end of the day, to me, GCW, WrestleCon should not be holding events during WrestleMania week. Keep this in mind too. And again, there's some of you out there that are probably fans of GCW, and that's fine if you are. But keep this in mind, okay? Just food for thought, okay? Ring of Honor hasn't even announced SuperKick of Honor in Tampa or in the Florida area, which usually Ring of Honor would announce SuperKick of Honor WrestleMania weekend months in advance or so. Granted, again, we're in a pandemic. They're not probably going to do anything this year. And they're doing this just smartly. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, okay? Anyway, that's all I'm going to say here. Okay, that's all I really wanted to ramble off here. I'm going to wrap this up now. I thank all of you again for tuning in. If you are, again, new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. All right? Follow me there. Also, Instagram at HeelSteven. I'll be playing FIFA 21 throughout the night. I'm off tomorrow and I'm off Tuesday, if you will. But more importantly, I'm off tomorrow. It's my day off Monday. But I go back to work at the airport at 3 in the morning on Tuesday. So there's that, too. But again, I'm here sipping on this Game Fuel. Game Fuel, seriously. Sponsor me. Fucking sponsor me. No cap. I love this. I just fucking love this right now. Fucking amazing. But seriously, sponsor me, Game Fuel. Sponsor me, Game Fuel. All right? Thank you all for watching. All that fun stuff. And with that being said, hate, comment, and subscribe. Check this out on all the podcasting platforms. Stitcher Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and all that fun stuff. This has been another installment of Around the Point. Peace out, everybody.